Stephen. My name is Louise Miller. I'm one of the committee members in Scotland, and I'm delighted that today we're joined by one of the partners at the firm I work for, Catherine Livingstone.
In terms of the kind of different methodologies for a budget, it could be that you're almost starting with a bit of a blank page. Is the market function new to the business? Are you new to the role? And are you setting a marketing proposal that you are hoping will get approved by the owners or the senior management team of the business? Or are you already aware that there's a kind of allocation for a market, an indicative allocation for a marketing budget, and really you've got a figure to work with and really have an idea of how best you're going to spend that money? And I think it's clear it's really important to have a clear understanding of how that works before you approach your budget. I think what's key is really just knowing your figures and knowing the impact and the bottom line. And this is maybe where scenario planning might become beneficial if you're going for budget approval. And you're being asked questions like, well, what if that doesn't happen because we can't because of COVID, or what if we decide to do something else instead? So it's really good to have your marketing plan in place, and also be able to have an idea of how that might change depending on the circumstances throughout the year, as far as you possibly can. It's making sure that when you sit down to do your budget, they are tying into your marketing plan, and the cost is a best estimate of what you're going to be doing. And it's important you get that as accurate as possible, or if not, your budget's just going to be a way off from the outset. So it's ensuring your budget ties into plans, and it's ensuring that your budget's realistic. If the firm as a whole, if the owners have got an unrealistic idea of what they expect you to do for a certain amount of money, you need to let them know from the outset. You need to let them know that, yes, I can deliver this marketing plan, but this is the budget I need to be able to do that.
So you spoke a bit about looking backwards, but what if the marketing function is new? How would you advise starting from kind of year one, if you like, of a budget?
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's year one, marketing function's new, it is it's going to be a bit more of a time-consuming task because you've not got that base point to start with. But I think then what you need to do is really think about what your marketing plan is. If the marketing function's new, there'll be a bit of a marketing strategy there in terms of what are the plans in the organisation. And then you would want to break that marketing strategy down to what are we looking to do over the next financial year. And then once you've got that plan in place, it's just costing it. And there might just be a little bit more of a work in terms of trying to identify what the actual costs are. You might need to do a little bit of looking and might need to get a bit more costings than you would necessarily would if you were just revising for any changes in a particular year. But yeah, again, it's just taking it from the strategy down to the detailed marketing plan and then breaking that down to costs. But and just being aware that it is going to be a bit of a bigger task and it needs a bit more dedicated time to get to that point.